we're back, everybody. Welcome back to Awakening Aphrodite podcast with Amy Fournier, Anthony Smith of EMFSafe, my new favorite company. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
All right. So let's give people the background on you. I know you've had quite an interesting story in the hotel business, and boy, you're a photographer and just a wonderful path. But please tell us how you came to develop your company and why you wanted to develop this company.
Yes, thank you. Part of my college many years ago included health and nutrition. In the hotel industry. So, in case you're going to go out and be in charge of a industrial or hotel or hospital, facility, obviously health and nutrition is a very important aspect to that. So I've always been interested in health and nutrition through my whole life, and mostly decentralized, different, what sometimes is referred to as alternative healthcare. Vitamins and minerals these days are very mainstream, but it's taken quite a while for some of those things to become accepted generally in the population. At some point, I got into red light therapy a number of years ago. I'd heard that was very healing and very beneficial, and that Olympic athletes were using it, that NFL sports teams, they're $1 million athletes, they got a sprain or something because it speeded up healing by 50%. So that's pretty amazing. Olympic athletes, the best of us, started using red light therapy and were gaining 5 to 10% extra performance, which when you're that good, an extra 5 or 10% is pretty radical stuff. So I investigated red light therapy. At the time, there were very few devices out there readily available. And so I started making my own devices for myself and for friends and family.
Wow.
And then that led into EMF mitigation, because there are some, even though EMF, electromagnetic fields, and we are talking about non-native
right
EMF, which is man-made EMF, because natural EMF from the sunlight and certain frequencies that occur naturally in nature are very healing and very beneficial. Like grounding outside in nature is very healing and beneficial when we connect with the natural energy of the earth, which is DC voltage, connecting to our DC voltage. But most of the EMF, especially electric fields in our homes, is AC voltage, and it causes inflammation. So by reducing the non-native EMF in our lives and increasing at the same time the natural EMF in our lives, reconnecting with nature, can have tremendous, tremendous benefits. And in the process of this journey, I met Dan Everson, who was the inventor of the original kill switch a number of years ago. He's an electrician, an electrical engineer, former aerospace engineer working on NASA payloads. So he's not just your average Sparky, he's got quite a background in electrical engineering. So he happened to live locally, and we met and talked 2 or 3 times and decided to set up EMFSafe together. And that's been, I don't know, half a dozen or so years ago. And so I am the COO of the company, part owner. And that's kind of how the progression of how I got into that. It was originally the EMF kill switch, which is still what many people call it. And you can go to EMF kill switch online and you'll come to our website. That is us. But 60-70% of the buying decisions, especially for things like this, are done by women. And many of the times they're mothers and they're wanting to protect their children. So guys love kill switches. Mums with children, not so much. The kill switch is a very guy name. So we went to sleep switch because predominantly it was a sleep solution. Yeah. But when COVID came along, more and more people were working from home and they weren't going out for 10, 15, 16 hours a day. They were at home working from home. So we didn't want to give the impression it was just a nighttime solution, that it was a 24/7 daytime solution. So that's when we kind of settled on the EMFSafe switch. So the kill switch, the sleep switch, the safe switch, it's all the same thing. And yeah, that's who we are. We are the American manufacturer, and the product that we make, which is a remote cutoff switch that goes next to your electrical panel. You use meters to measure your bedroom specifically, home office maybe, and to identify which circuits are affecting you. We turn those circuits off, so now you have an EMF mitigated sleep sanctuary environment to sleep in, so your body can heal and detox and take advantage of all the energy that it was having to use to mitigate the effects of 60 hertz. Because your brain to sleep has to drop down into alpha, which is 8 to 10 hertz, pretty close to Schumann resonance. That's how you do the reset every night. But if you're laying in a field that's vibrating at 60 hertz a second, that's kind of like listening to a beautiful piece of meditation or classical music, but you've got Animal the drummer from Sesame Street playing in the background. It's a little distracting. So
Love that guy.
When you turn off that 60 hertz, all of a sudden the brain and the body,
Yeah.
and now that energy can be used for healing and detox, which is what we're supposed to do at night. And people do experience sometimes, 50% expedited healing, and whatever symptoms they have, whether they were caused by EMF or not, the EMF in their homes is definitely exacerbating that problem. So the less EMF you have, our experience is for most of our clients, the quicker they heal. Yeah.
Okay, so I definitely want to get into all your solutions. Let's take it back to just really explain to people, boots on the ground. People are busy, and we've all got all this technology. Everyone is just on 24/7. We've got all this information coming at us. We're always accessible. We're always able to access things. We never turn things off. So you mentioned something very important, and that's something I needed to become aware of too. I mean, I've been in health for over 3 decades, but the sun is radiation. The sun is electromagnetic fields, but it's a very important. I'd love for you to just, and don't be afraid to make it 2101, because I just like to really, I think a lot of people assume people know what we're talking about, because what I'm getting at, Anthony, is I really want people to understand why this is very important. They're aware of this. Like, this is affecting you. There's no way it's not. So let's kind of just set the foundation for, okay, EMFs. Like, okay, what's the difference between non-native and native? Like, why are they important? Why are they not important? What are the effects of each? Let's just start with that so we even know what we're talking about, and then we'll get to why you need to mitigate them and how they're affecting you.
Yeah. EMF, electromagnetic fields, are very much part of nature.
Yeah.
Energy coming from the sun. Without the energy from the sun, we'd have no plants. We would die. In actual fact, it's been discovered somewhat recently that without natural sunlight, one of the functions of our body, one of the things that happens is natural sunlight stimulate the mitochondria and make them work more efficiently and more effectively. And the more sunlight you get, the less energy you need to get from food, because our bodies are actually extracting natural energy. We were created to function in that environment, or if you prefer, we evolved as living beings in that environment. I lean towards the creator. I just think this is such an amazingly complicated thing that the idea that's happening by accident and a not big intelligent design, to me, doesn't make sense. But anyway, we've all come to whatever decisions we've made about that. That's not the point. The point is that natural energy can be very, very beneficial to us. And if getting up in the morning, watching the sunrise resets the circadian rhythms, if you can do that away from the house, away from non-native EMF, out in nature, or at least 10 feet away from your house, so you're out of that electromagnetic field from your home, with your bare feet on the ground, getting that natural energy coming up through the soil while you're in that sunlight. Extremely, extremely beneficial.
Nature's medicine.
Yeah, it's medicine. But the reason a non-native EMF is a hindrance is because they're not natural frequencies.
Right.
AC voltage is not natural. It doesn't occur in nature. And even though it's great for our televisions and our computers, it's not so great. It's not so great for this. And that 60 hertz frequency from the electromagnetic fields, from the electricity running through our homes, that is a particularly troubling frequency that has been proven with hundreds, if not thousands, of studies, a very detrimental effect on the biochemistry, the process that goes on within each and every cell, with our DNA and the way our brains work, and multiple body functions are not enhanced by non-native EMF. They're actually hindered. It actually is a negative effect on us. So the more we can reduce that, and the reason it's important, this is a Gauss meter, and this is a magnet. So if I bring this magnet, you can see the light flashing. I don't know if you can hear the sound. It doesn't.
Okay, so go ahead and please explain to the people who are listening what you're doing.
Okay, for the people that are listening, I'm holding up a Gauss meter that measures magnetic fields in one hand. In my other hand, I have a magnet. So when I bring the magnet up to the Gauss meter, I don't know if you can hear that, but people on video can see the light.
We can see the light going off. Yep.
Now, what I'm going to do is hold the magnet away, and I'm going to spin the magnet. And as I spin the magnet, you can see the lights going off and hear the sound, maybe.
What do you mean spin the magnet? Because I don't see you doing anything to it. Are you you're hitting it with your thumb. Okay, there we go.
So when you spin a magnet, that's how we make electricity. We spin magnets.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know that. Okay, very interesting.
Yeah. Hair dryers, electric fans, refrigerator motors, that's throwing out a magnetic field. Now, what I want to show you is...
Yeah, but the light went off. When you spun it,
when I put this on my chest, I'm taking this magnet and I'm running it up and down my back.
Okay, so he's got the reader on his chest, and then he put the magnet behind him.
And I spin the magnet.
Yep.
And you can see the light going on.
The light is going crazy.
The magnetic field is going through my body.
Through your body.
I'm putting it up against the side of my head, and I'm spinning the magnet on the other side. So that magnetic field is going through my head, through my brain, making the Gauss meter on the other side go off. Now, exactly the same thing happens with a cell phone. I'm not going to do it because it's very harmful and damaging, but if I put the cell phone up against the side of my head and I had an RF meter on the other side, you would see the same thing. The RF meter would be responding to the signal coming off of the cell phone.
And that's the cornet, right?
This is the cornet, yeah.
Yeah,
which is
RF meter.
A quad meter. It measures spot meter for electric fields, magnetic fields, radio frequency, and it also has a light flicker function in it, which we can get into talking about light later, that measures if the light is flickering and tells you, what frequency that light is flickering at. So that's just another aspect of EMF. But the point is that the fields they don't bounce off your body. They don't go around your body. They are literally going through your body. Now, there's many of your listeners may be familiar with energy healing, where there are devices that put out healthy frequencies that facilitate healing. But there are other frequencies. If some frequencies heal, there are other frequencies that if we call the good ones harmonic, they're working with the body. But disharmony upsets the natural flow and order of the body. So the more we can reduce those electric fields, magnetic fields, radio frequencies, the less we have man-made vibrations and frequencies we have going through our body, which allows the body to do what it was designed to do in the natural environment.
Okay. This is just so amazing. First of all, I have to remind everybody, you got to see the visual on this, because this is why I love your company. Because when people, this is the problem, Anthony, these things are invisible. People are not seeing what's happening because the rays are invisible. The magnetism's invisible. So we're just like, la, la, la. Meanwhile, we're getting blasted, right? So I love that your meters take a reading and they show you without a doubt with your own eyes. You see the lights going crazy. Like, this is actually happening. Like, you are getting blasted. So
Yeah, if I may just jump
please,
in there.
yeah.
People who, I can't see them, I can't smell them, I can't taste them. Most people can't feel them, although there's an increasingly number of people that can feel them.
Yeah.
But think of it like microbes. Unless you have a microscope, you've never seen a microbe, you never heard of a microbe. But if you don't reduce the level of microbes in your environment, particularly in your food, by washing your hands before you cook, wiping down the counters before and after you cook, cooking your food to a certain temperature, what we're doing, without even thinking about it, we are reducing the number of microbes in our food to a level that our bodies can handle, making it safe. Because if they get above a certain level, you get food poisoning, you can get sick, you can die. So we just do that automatically. We wash our hands of microbes, even though we can't see them. It's just part of our life. We don't even think about it.
Yep.
You can't, same thing. You can't see, hear, or feel dirty electricity, non-native EMF, but it's there, just like the microbes are.
And it's affecting you.
So all we need to learn to do is just establish some new habits that after a while we won't even think about, to wash our hands, so to speak, of non-native EMF, get that level down to an acceptable level. Well, people have been exposed to electricity for 100, 150 years. Yeah, but it's cumulative. The amount of electricity and radio waves and television waves and cell phone waves our parents and grandparents were exposed to is negligible compared to the amount of EMF that we are exposed to today. I'm probably exposed to 100 or 1,000 times more EMF than my parents were. My children are exposed to 100 to 1,000 times more EMF than I was. And kids growing up today with an electronic babysitter, sitting in front of the television with a laptop, iPad, parents give phones to their kids. In Europe, certain countries in Europe, it is against the law.
It should be.
For a child to have a cell phone or use a cell phone, and I think the age is like 11, 12, 13, something like that. It is against the law in certain countries in Europe for there to be a cell phone tower within quarter or half a mile of a school. Where do we put cell phone towers in America? In schoolyards.
Yep.
It is
antenna right on the roof. Yep.
The effect of EMF was so recognized by firemen, because many fire stations, they put cell phone towers on the roof of the fire station because the city wanted to make some extra money. It was negatively affecting the health of firemen so drastically. They had so many sick days. It is now against the law, I believe, in America, in most, if not all states,
Wow.
for there to be a cell phone tower on or near a fire station. But they still put them in schools. They still put them on the roof of hospitals, even though it is definitely categorically proven that they have a negative effect on the health. What are we doing to ourselves? You don't have control over that.
Yeah.
But you do have control over your home. And even though for many people, the straw that breaks the camel's back, to use that analogy, is a smart meter, is maybe a cell phone tower coming into the neighborhood closer than you ever had one before. So everybody thinks that straw that for them broke the camel's back is the problem. And what I like to point out to people, no, it's just a straw. The problem is the amount of straw that was already on the camel. The problem is the load on the camel. The straw that broke the camel's back is just, if we unload the camel, take 70% of the load off the camel by creating a sleep sanctuary at night, having reduced the load on the camel, that's just another straw. And it probably won't affect you nearly as much as it does now. It's only affecting you as much as it does because you're loaded. So I'm in the business of unloading people's camels.
Excellent. I love camels. Okay, so we've got natural, as in native EMF, and then we have unnatural, human-made, non-native EMFs. We're talking about everything you said, anything electronic. So everyone's just got to get your brain around everything electronic. If you look at your environment right where you are, even if you're in your car, you probably got Bluetooth, or maybe you've got, I've got a little camper that has a solar panel on the roof. It's got some lights in it. I mean, everything electronic is adding straw to your camel, right? And I don't even think it's so ubiquitous. We don't even realize how much electronics we just live in this soup, in this pool of electricity. Okay, so those are the things we're talking about are cumulatively screwing you up. And then obviously your products help test for them, because if you're not testing, you're really guessing and trying to be logical. Like, well, I have a lot of appliances, so it's probably a heavy load. Well, okay, let's figure out exactly where the load is, how to, reduce it. We'll get to the products. But Anthony, what are some symptoms that people can know? Because everybody knows, okay, yeah, I have a lot of electronics, but how would somebody know it's affecting them? Like, what are some common problems of people that are in too much straw on their camel?
So the symptoms directly related to non-native EMF exposure, there's a whole list of them on one of the pages on the website.
Yeah, it's a great website.
But how are you sleeping? Do you have interrupted sleep? Are you having problems sleeping at night? Do you wake up tired? Do you have brain fog? Do you have migraines? These may not be caused. I'm not saying all of those things are caused by the EMF that you're exposed to. But if they're not caused by the EMF, I can absolutely assure you that the amount of EMF that you're exposed to in your home is exacerbating those problems.
Contributing to it, for sure.
And Dr. Cruz, who is a neurosurgeon, is famous for saying, you cannot heal in the environment you got sick in.
Yeah.
So if you can't move out of the environment that you got sick in your home, then you need to change your environment to reduce the amount of EMF, and that will facilitate healing. So you measure your environment. So we have here a body voltage meter. This white cord is plugged in the ground outlet of the outlet, which I tested to make sure it was safe with a circuit tester. Now I turn this meter on, and it's giving me a reading, which I have a setup here to show you what is normal. I wouldn't normally work in an environment this hot, but you can see there.
Okay, so for people, again, it's Awakening Aphrodite podcast on YouTube. He's just holding up one of his meters, which we will talk about. You can find them on my website with a coupon. But he's holding up the meter as we're doing this live, and it says 4,900 something, like 98 or whatever.
Yeah, that's 4,900 millivolts.
Millivolts, so almost 5,000.
During the day in a work environment. And the reason it is because really, I can't see it. You can't see it, but so my computer doesn't die during this interview. I have the power cord plugged in, and it's not a grounded plug.
Same. Yeah.
I've got enough power now, so 4,900. I'm going to unplug the power cord and put it away from me. Just by unplugging my computer.
Oh my God, it's in half. Now it's 2,300. So all he did was unplug his computer, and the voltage went down that's going through his body by half.
Right. Now I can get it down even further by moving away from the walls or turning off the circuit by me. But I'm in a place I don't work here in this particular spot. But you want your body voltage reading to be below 1,000 millivolts during the day. And because we're 10 times more sensitive to EMF at night, because that's when our body is trying to heal and detox, we want to be below 100 millivolts at night. So you lay on the bed, take a reading with everything set up the way it would be normally when you go to bed. Then somebody goes to the breaker panel and turns the breaker off to the bedroom, and you'll see the reading drop, sometimes quite significantly. And you keep turning off circuits until you can get the reading down from 2,000, 3,000 millivolts is not uncommon. I've personally measured 6,000 and 7,000 millivolts in somebody's bedroom before we mitigated. And I spoke to a client a few months ago, and when he got his meter, his reading on his bed was 12,000 millivolts.
That's what?
Well, he had an adjustable bed.
Oh.
He unplugged the bed, unplugged the two lamps by the side of the bed.
Yes.
And it dropped down to 2,000 or 3,000. And then
very high, though.
Turned off circuits.
Yeah.
Turned off circuits to the bedroom, the lights, other circuits running through the walls. I think he was an upstairs bedroom, so he turned off the lights in the room downstairs, which are obviously right underneath the bed. And he got it down to about 100 millivolts but he didn't know until he measured. And that empowered him and equipped him to mitigate his environment and set up a sleep sanctuary. It's that simple. It didn't take him very long.
What were the results? Did he notice anything different in how he felt or anything?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to plug this. So I'm going to show you this now. So my iPad.
He's got the body voltage meter. So it's another meter that's going to read.
So I reach out my hand and touch my iPad, which, let's face it, that's how you use an iPad.
Right. He's touching his computer.
And basically nothing happens.
Two 400, so 2.
It doesn't change because my iPad is running on battery, which is DC voltage. So that's not having a negative effect on me nearly as much as AC voltage. So now I'm plugging my computer back in.
So batteries are DC voltage, but regular plugged in that's the bad thing. That's the AC.
So you can immediately see, I'm tangled up in my wires here, how the reading's gone up.
Oh, now over 5,000.
I'm going to touch the iPad.
So now it's 3.7.
37,000 millivolts. 40,000 millivolts. Take my hand off.
Oh, 40. Oh my God.
2,000 millivolts.
Yeah.
Touching the iPad.
40 times greater.
40,000 millivolts. And if you're sitting there with your iPad or your laptop on your lap and it's plugged in charging and it's not a grounded power cord, you are cooking yourself.
You are frying your body. Oh,
and you wonder why you work on the computer and you come away after a few hours exhausted. Now, at home, in my office, I have a grounded power cord. I got enough power to do the interview. I'm going to take this off because I don't want to sit in that field. If I use a grounded power cord,
I can feel it from here.
So for those of you who have Apple products, you've got the square bricks that Apple make, and you can unplug the corner, which is the 2-pin plug, and you can buy the 3-foot extended cord with the 3-prong with the grounded cord. That'll ground your whole system.
Oh.
So if you need to work plugged in because the battery is shot in your device, if you have a grounded power cord, what you just saw happen from 2,000 to 40,000 millivolts because I was plugged in, ungrounded. When you're grounded, that doesn't happen.
Okay. So
because the field is going to ground through the path of least resistance, which would be the grounding cord because the system is grounded. So there's that. Now, I could answer my phone, say my phone rings, and I pick up my phone. If I've got the body voltage meter, nothing happens because it's DC voltage. But if my phone is charging, and I pick up my phone and answer it, 10,000 millivolts. In addition to the Wi-Fi signal, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and the cellular signal, I'm now adding, because the phone is charging, the electric field, and I'm adding 10,000 millivolts going through my body while I'm talking on the phone. So if your phone is charging and it rings, unplug the power cord,
don't
answer the phone. And if you have to talk on the phone for any length of time, don't hold it up against your head. If you look in the small print of your phone, it says, this device should not come in contact with your body.
And it should be 5 feet from your body.
And you use a cell phone.
Mm.
How do you use a cell phone with it not coming in contact with your body? So I have here a little shield.
Yes.
This is from Shield Your Body. So I'm talking on the phone, but I put the shield towards me. So now I can hear the phone and the person on the other end of the phone can hear me, but the shield is stopping that radiation from coming out and going.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah.
So now,
so it's basically a phone case that you can buy called Shield Your Body that will help shield the rays getting.
well, Shield Your Body is another thing. Yes, Shield Your Body is the company that makes this, and you can go to their website. We have some on our website, but I mean, it's not our product, and they sell our product, we sell their products. But
okay.
But you can simple as this. Now, if I got my phone in my pocket, if I've got the shield between me and the phone, my body's not getting radiated while my phone's on standby, checking emails and things like that. Obviously,
I thought you had to have it closed, though, Anthony. I thought the case had to be closed. I see you.
This is not a case. This is just a card.
Oh, a card.
There's no case. This is just a card.
Oh, wait. Then can you where's the phone go on that then?
I just hold the phone up against it.
And then you put that between you.
Comes with a rubber band that you hold it. And I just put the shield towards me.
Yeah.
The back's open, so the cell phone can easily find a signal. If you completely encase your phone,
you close it.
Then the phone,
that's what I have,
has to power up to find the cell tower. So instead of working on minimum power, which mine is, but there's no radiation coming towards me, towards my brain, because it's being blocked by the shield. But the phone doesn't power up because it's open to the back. I got a phone case from Shield Your Body, and it's not just your shield, it is the case. You're saying that's not as good, the case? If it's from Shield Your Body, then the back of it is not shielded. The front is shielded. But
the back is where the camera is? That's the back, right? Where the camera is?
The back should not be shielded because, remember, a shield to radio frequency acts as a mirror. It's not just blocking it, it's reflecting it back.
Oh, geez.
So if I'm talking on the phone and the back is open, it's radiating in 360 degrees. But if I put the shield up behind the phone, that part of the field is now being reflected by the shield back at me. I'm actually increasing my exposure by doing that. Oh my God. So if I leave the back open, what happens if you put a light bulb in front of a mirror? It increases the amount of light coming at you.
Yep.
All the shields are mirrors to RF.
Oh my gosh.
So these are little tips and tricks that you'll find on the website.
Yep.
Help you to reduce your EMF exposure during the day. We can help you reduce your daily EMF exposure, unload your camel, by 70% just by creating a sleep sanctuary. Now, you can pick up an extra 15, 20% during the day by not using your iPhone, your tablet, your device plugged in on an ungrounded power cord, by shielding your phone and doing things like that. There's all kinds of little tips and tricks that you can do to reduce your exposure during the day. So to get you down from the exposure that you're at right now, once you start mitigating, sleep sanctuary number 1, probably a 70% reduction. These other tips and tricks, another 15%. So getting to 85% reduction is actually quite easy. The last 15% can get quite pricey and would probably, for most people, require a lifestyle change that most people aren't willing to make. And most people actually don't need to, because if you can unload your camel by 85%, all of a sudden, the things that were bothering you when you went out don't bother you anymore, because you now have the resilience, just like washing your hand of the microbes. You're not getting food poisoning, and if there's a little bit in there, then your body can handle it. So it's kind of to use those analogies.
Well, I totally agree with your mindset of, yes, we're getting blasted by this stuff all the time. It's not going anywhere. It's not like we're going to go back to the dark ages. So your approach is, number one, let's get to the 60, 70% of a reduction in the most important time of the 24-hour cycle for your body, which is at night when you're sleeping, when you're supposed to be regenerating, detoxifying, building new cells. Your brain, your subconscious, your unconscious is kicking in gear to help guide your soul. I mean, this is the most important time. Well, how much time do we spend of our life sleeping? I lost that statistic. It's in my brain somewhere, but
today,
there you go. Yeah, and so if you're not doing all of those things that we've been designed to do for thousands and thousands of years, of course, you're not going to be in good health and vitality. So your number one product, which I can't wait to install, as you know, is the safe switch, or the sleep switch, or whatever you want to call it, because at least you're going to be able to sleep at night. I like that mindset. You know, sure, you can go more granular, but start with that. You got to sleep.
Yeah. And this is a box. You can see photographs of it on our website.
Oh, this switch. Yep. Yep. And an electrician puts it in.
Yeah. And if you're going to go to our website, and for meters or for the cutoff switch, use Amy 10 for a 10% discount for everybody watching and listening.
Thank you.
So go to the website and take a look, liveemfsafe.com, and you'll see the meters and you'll see the cutoff switch. The cutoff switch is an electrical device that goes next to your breaker panel. You take the wires from the breakers that are from the circuits in your bedroom that are affecting you. They go through the cutoff switch. And the only thing, once it's installed, that you need to be concerned about is the button by the side of your bed. So just like you use your key fob to lock and unlock your car doors, you push the button, sends out a pulse of a few milliseconds, locks and unlocks the car door. It's not broadcasting all the time. So when you push this button, it sends out a pulse. It fires the relays, cuts off the power to your bedroom, which you don't need the circuits on at night.
While you're sleeping.
You don't need the lights on, the circuit to the lights on at night.
Yep.
You don't need the circuit to the dining room underneath your bedroom or the basement underneath your bedroom. They don't need to be on. So we're only turning off the circuits that are affecting you, which we measure with the body
while you're sleeping.
And identify. Yeah. You push the button, circuits go off. You're now sleeping in an EMF mitigated environment. In the morning, you push the on button, the circuits come back on.
Brilliant.
And you live your life. And just by doing that, you've reduced your daily, the negative EMF and the effect it's having on your body by 70%.
I am so grateful to Jack Cruz for finding you. This is just so tremendously important. And you've made it so simple. Real quick, a side note. You mentioned the fob of the car. You said how it only works by pressing it either on or off. But what about now those fancy new cars that all you do is walk by the door and it reads the fob? You didn't press it, but it reads your key is nearby. So is it running all the time?
That's your key fob isn't, but the car is scanning, and there's a proximity detector that one detects the other, and it knows if it's your key fob or somebody else's key fob, so it doesn't open the car for other people.
Because I've worried about that, Anthony, carrying my keys in my pocket.
No, but the car, say, because it's got a proximity detector like an Apple Tag or something like that, you are picking up, so it knows it's you. Okay. Now, the problem with modern cars is all the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth, which basically means when you're driving your car, even if you turn your phone off, effectively built into the car are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cell phones.
Jesus.
They're on working all the time, broadcasting Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Now, I don't know how many of you people watching and listening use microwave ovens. And most of you are going to say, I haven't used a microwave oven for years. Why not? Well,
a lot of people still use them, though.
Some people do.
Believe it, but they do. Yep.
But the reason most people that have stopped using microwave ovens is because they know that the microwaves leak out of the oven. And they can affect you if you're within proximity in the kitchen. Yeah. So, and even if people that do use them to heat their coffee or something, they walk away. They don't stand in front of the microwave ovens. What frequency does the microwave oven use?
Radio?
2.4 gigahertz. And if that number rings a bell for you, it's because your Wi-Fi router has two frequencies, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. Now, 5 gigahertz is the frequency. 5G is fifth generation technology, two different things. But your Wi-Fi router is putting out 2.4 gigahertz that's traveling 100, 200, 300 feet away from the Wi-Fi router. And when I get my RF meter and I'm 4 feet from a microwave oven that's on, I get exactly the same reading 4 feet from a Wi-Fi router.
Wow.
So for people who wouldn't use a microwave oven, have a Wi-Fi router in their office 4 feet from them, or even some people have them in their bedrooms. It's as if you had a microwave oven that was on 24/7.
Yikes.
Turning off
The
your
Wi-Fi router.
what you can do is get a shield like this.
Okay.
It's a small one, but you can get these from Staples, Home Depot, not Home Depot, Office Supply. And this metal mesh is like the metal screen door on your microwave oven. So you can put this in front of your, we highly recommend that you hardwire.
Yeah.
Use Ethernet. But if you can't, or until you can, if you put one of these larger ones that holds papers in front of your microwave, your Wi-Fi router, fill it with papers, use it as in your office, this is going to block 90% of the signal. Now, for those of you who may be doctors or nurses or you're on call, I can't turn my phone off. I have to be on call.
Right.
This is a $10 letter holder from the Office Supply.
Is it because it's metal? He's putting it, the letter holders that are multi-level, and he's putting his phone inside one of the slots. And why does it work? Because it's metal?
It's blocking the signal from hitting me, but it's open enough that if somebody calls me, the phone will ring. And
why does this work? Because that's just a wired piece of metal. Is it
metal mesh? Think about the screen door on your microwave oven. What is it?
I don't know.
With a metal mesh in it. And the metal mesh holes are small enough that it stops the Wi-Fi, most of the millimeter wave coming from the microwave oven. It stops most of it from leaking out. That's what protects you so that you're not cooked while your hamburger's being cooked.
So a metal or a wire letter holder or envelope holder like you find on any desk in any office. That's what he's got here. Wow.
Will block radio frequency.
But you'll still be able to receive phone calls.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh my.
So for doctors and nurses and people on call that have to have, now you don't want it to be charging, but you can have your phone by the bed.
Yeah.
If you have to have a Wi-Fi on, then you get this is a letter holder. You get the paper holder, which is, bigger. And you just stick that in front of the Wi-Fi, and that's going to block 90% of the signal from radiating and cooking you all day long. Another way to do it is with this stuff. People who live in apartments, they get this. This is Reflectex. You get it from Home Depot and Lowe's.
Yep, I got some.
So if you live in an apartment, you have no control over what your next door neighbor is doing on the other side of the wall, 12 inches from your head. They may have a Wi-Fi router 12 inches from your head.
Yep.
So if you put this up behind the headboard of your bed, and it needs to be grounded, we use the same grounding cord, and you just clip the alligator clip on.
He's grounding it with the clip.
That takes away the electric field.
Wait, where is the wire going to, though, of the alligator clip?
The other end of this wire is plugged into the ground outlet of any plug.
The grounded outlet, the 3-prong plug.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it?
Yep.
What?
Now, this behind your bed,
behind
the headboard, is going to block 90+% of any RF signal coming from your next door neighbor's Wi-Fi router, their TV, whatever happens to be on the other side of the wall that you have no control over. So the people in apartments,
Wow.
that's one of the workarounds. And in your office, if you have all those wires down behind your desk by your feet, if you put some of this between you and the wires and you ground it, then that'll block a lot of the RF from the computer, from if you have a computer down by your feet,
Do that.
the electric field coming off of all of those wires. And you can measure that with the body voltage meter. And you sit in your chair, you take a reading, and then you put some of this up and ground it, and you can see the electric field. And if you use an RF meter, you can see the signal drop by 90%. So these are all things that we help you with. We do have consulting. There's all this information's on the website. So not only by creating a sleep sanctuary, but we can help you reduce your exposure during the day in your home office, in what I call a happy chair, which is where you sit and watch TV and eat pizza and talk to your friends. So we spend 8 hours in our bedroom, number one, 6 to 8 hours in the home office. That's number two. And number three is the 2, 3, 4 hours we spend in our happy chair, in the evening. So when we go out and we measure people's homes, those are the three areas we're concentrating on and helping you with over the phone. If you buy the meter and you measure yourself, we help you with that. And we can help you get those readings, understand and interpret them, and come up with a solution so that you can reduce your exposure and enjoy the benefits of lower EMF and experience faster healing.
It's just so fantastic. And I will share for everybody my experience. When I got the body voltage kit, which is very important. I have it here. It's all self-explanatory. Again, you're watching Fit Amy TV. It's just a nice little product. You've got a nice little carrying case. It's got everything you need. I got my cornet. I got my meter. I love the pen. It's got your alligator clip, the wires, of course, instructions. And your website, like you mentioned, is just a plethora of educational information. You've got instructional videos there for those of us like me who are not inclined to be technical and whatnot. So I love it. Very, very user friendly. But before, and I'm going to be, as you know, putting in a sleep switch as soon as I can get that coordinated with my electrician. But I did do the body voltage meter in my bedroom, over 3,000. And here's the thing everyone's got to remember. I have no electronics in my bedroom other than my lamp, which I don't use, of course, because I don't use lights at night other than my red light. So, of course, I have no TV. Of course, I don't have my cell phone. I know all that stuff, right? I have nothing in my bedroom other than that emergency lamp. I'm like, how in God's green earth do I have over 3,000 in this bedroom? So I watched one of Anthony's videos, and sure enough, you were talking about the walls. You can't see inside the walls of your home, the wiring shit show you got going on back there. So sure enough, I took my tester, my meter, and things going nuts. It's like beep, 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 like some of the walls. What do you think the wall directly behind my headboard was? It was almost 4,000 right behind where my noggin is all night long. I wonder why I'm waking up and I'm thinking, oh, it's just normal to wake up and, use the restroom or whatever. But no, it's not that normal. So
the number one source of most people's non-native EMF is not the Wi-Fi. It's not the RF. That's a big deal and it's a problem and it needs to be considered. But the 60 hertz AC field that radiates out 6 to 8 feet into the room, 360 degrees from the wire. That is the single largest source of non-native EMF for most people. And people thinking about the toaster and the coffee pot and the lamp by the side of the bed.
Right.
It's the wires
inside
the walls, the floors, the ceilings that you cannot even see that are radiating out through the walls. They don't care about walls. They go through walls. Like they went through my body. I showed you. It goes through my body.
Yes.
Goes through the walls. And by turning off those circuits at night, you got it down to what? What was your
Okay, so,
I'm working on that part because I'm working on the safe switch. But all I know is, and this was very late for me. I'm normally in bed by 9:00, and I don't know, I was working late, and it was very late when I did this test. But of course, I was all into it because I was watching all your videos. I'm like, oh hell, I'm testing this right now before I go to sleep. Mistake, because I got that reading, and the next thing you know, I'm moving all the furniture around. It's like 11:00 at night. My dogs are going like, what are you doing? I literally dragged my bed. I found a wall that was like 1,000. So to answer your question, 1,000. But I always remember you said that the range is 6 to 8 feet. So although that switch is still on over on that wall where my headboard was, my bed's not near it anymore. So I'm at least 6 to 8 feet from that. And I'm against a wall that's a much lower reading. Don't you know I slept really good that first night? Okay, like I don't even have the sleep switch yet. So guys, you got to at least get the meters and test your home.
Right. But rather than moving furniture around, which you have the option to do, but many people don't.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look good, but I don't care. It's like under a window, but whatever.
In your breaker panel, if you identify which circuit is for the plugs in your room, turn the breaker off.
Yeah.
And you can confirm with the body voltage meter what a difference that makes.
Yeah.
If the lights didn't go out, you find the circuit breaker for the lights.
But it was.
If your bed is even if it's on an outside wall, there could be wires running through the wall going somewhere else. But if you're on an inside wall and the room next door, if the plugs didn't go out, then you have to find that circuit because that's running 12 inches from your head as well.
Yes.
So by the time you've turned off all these circuits, 2,000, 3,000 millivolts, getting people down to below 100 millivolts is just by flipping off 2 or 3 circuits, getting a cutoff switch, having a remote control, getting it down to below 100 millivolts makes a radical difference. We get phone calls from people. Let me tell you a story. We had one couple. They had an autistic child. Child was 5 years old. They got an EMFSafe switch with a neutral and power disconnect. They installed the EMFSafe cutoff switch in their home. The child hadn't spoken in 5 years. Nonverbal. Within 1 week of having the EMFSafe switch, that child started talking, became verbal.
Good Lord.
I've had phone calls from people literally the next day, but sometimes it's 2 or 3 days later. No migraine for the first time in 5 years. Thank you so much.
Unbelievable. Wow.
I can't remember the last time I dreamt. And last night, I had such vivid dreams in color. My husband didn't snore for the first time in 10 years.
Oh my gosh. Yes, right.
We get all these
means she
estimates.
could sleep. Yeah.
So, direct, positive results, sometimes within days, sometimes it takes a little longer. And you can test it yourself.
My first night.
Find the breakers to your bedroom, manually turn them off. We don't recommend doing that on a regular basis because breakers are not switch rated, and you can compromise the integrity of the breaker by doing it after 2 or 3 months, which means if there is a power shortage inside your house or a lightning strike outside, a surge on the grid, you want that breaker to work. It's a safety feature of your home.
Right.
So you don't want to compromise the integrity, which is why we don't recommend doing it manually. It's okay for a week or two. Turn them off for a week and see how you feel. That way you'll know it's worth the investment in getting the meters, doing it properly, finding out all the hidden circuits that you didn't know about, and getting a cutoff switch. You will know, you'll have proven to yourself by then that this is part of the solution to what you are experiencing, what's going on in your life.
So to your point, just to reiterate, what everyone's probably picking up is, just turn off the breaker to reduce the current coming through. But what Anthony's saying, and I want to underscore, that doesn't mean you just run down there every night and turn it off and think, I'm good, I'll save a couple $100 and don't have to buy the safety switch. No, you do, because what Anthony just said is these breakers are not designed to be a regularly on-off thing, and you could cause a fire. So don't do that. This product, first of all, you want to test. You want, because like me, I'm like, oh no, I'm good. I have nothing in my bedroom. I don't have any. It was a disaster. I slept so well. And then take it to the other level after you get the testing equipment, which is not a big deal. It's very easy. Then I definitely recommend you get this sleep switch so you can get a good night's sleep and your body can restore and rest and repair and feel amazing and anti-age and all that beautiful stuff it's designed to do. I mean, you've done all the heavy lifting for us and all your educational information and your help tech support, not only for your electrician to install the switch. If they need support, you've got a whole thing for that to help them. But you guys support us, the customers, the non-techie, non-electrical people. Like, this is what you do. And again, I'm just so grateful to find people like you, because these are solutions, everybody. And they're not solutions that require you to go live on a mountain by yourself somewhere. Like, you can still be in the world functioning like a normal person, but be healthy. And that's what it's about.
Now, a lot of people watching and listening may live in apartments, or you live in a downtown area, you've got a cul-de-sac, you've got neighbors close by that you have no control over their Wi-Fi. You have no control over the signals coming from the half a dozen cell phone towers within quarter of a mile of
and they're all affecting you.
And the 20 other people in your apartment building that all have Wi-Fi. So in that situation, you can you can kill your house, your apartment, but that's maybe 5% of your problem because of all of your neighbors. So in that situation, we recommend a bed canopy. Oh. This is a metallic silver, 100% cotton impregnated with silver.
Oh, I gotta get that. It looks like a veil. It looks like a veil.
Yeah, so we got it's like a 4-poster bed, big box canopy, and okay. you put a piece of material underneath your mattress so it stops anything coming up from the neighbor downstairs.
Oh.
So you're creating a Faraday cage, and you're sleeping in it, so you can pull it back during the day, watch TV.
Easy.
If you do the horizontal office thing in the morning, you can pull it back, and it's not radiating back in on you.
And this is on his website, everybody, for those who are driving or whatever. It shows the canopy picture and all that.
99.9% attenuation. This reduces the RF hitting you at night from your neighbors, from the cell phone towers, if you live in a downtown area or an apartment building. 99.9% attenuation, which is the proper word for a reduction.
Excuse me, is that metal? What is that material of the canopy?
It's actually, it feels like it's very kind of slippery, slinky.
Like a mesh.
It's actually 100% cotton.
Cotton.
But it's, and silver. So it's not zinc or some other funky metal. It's there's no metallic particles that you're going to be breathing that could be harmful or damaging. Silver is very, very safe and user friendly.
It sure is.
So yeah.
Okay, so can I use that product almost like a blanket? Let's say I'm on the plane, which is full of radiation. Okay, because obviously that's designed for your bed like a tent, but can I drape that on myself to shield?
They make blankets.
No, but could I use that product, your product?
Well, I mean, we don't sell the fabric. This comes as a
bed kit,
already assembled big fabric box like a tent.
Okay.
That you hang from the ceiling.
Gotcha. Okay,
but there are companies that sell the fabric online.
Yeah.
That yes, I actually have some.
I have an EMF blanket.
That, when I travel, I got a hoodie made out of so I'd put it over my head so when I'm sitting in the seat of the airplane, it's got a TV monitor in the headrest, inches from my brain.
Oh my God.
I'm not getting radiated. And when you're sitting in the airport, which is one of the most toxic, the airports are worse than the airplanes. All of that.
I'm sure.
RF coming off. And
towers.
Of course, if you're in an airplane,
phones.
100, 200 other people with laptops and phones. And then you got all the RF coming off of all of the monitors inside the plane. And it's broadcasting Wi-Fi, Bluetooth throughout the whole plane. Very, very, very toxic environment. Mm-hmm. So yeah, RF clothing in a situation like that can be very beneficial, especially for pregnant women. They make tubes that go around to protect the baby.
And that's on Shield Your Body, right?
Shield Your Body, SYZ, Shield Your Body.
Yes, they have those products.
They have
everybody.
all of those
Yep.
products. They have all
Yep.
of those products. Yeah.
Thank you for mentioning that. That's just so important. All right. So, being aware of the electricity around us, step number 2 would be just turn stuff off. And the other thing I learned from your meter testing my house, Anthony, was unplug stuff you're not using. That helped my readings go down too. A light that I just never use over there in that room that I never go in, just unplug it. That all this to your, camel straw, right? The cumulative effects, anything you can do to reduce the load, it's all going to add up. And then proximity. 6 to 8 feet is the electrical range. So you got to think about that much space. Make a note where you're carrying your phone on your body. You're going to get the Shield Your Body shield for your phone, but don't put it in your breast pocket, your jacket pocket. I see men do that, which is right by their heart, the biggest electromagnetic generator in the body. Or girls put it in their jeans pocket on their tush, or, whatever. Like your point, kids. I mean, my God, Jack Cruz thinks it's child abuse to have your kids have a cell phone.
I was talking to a couple, 10 years trying to get pregnant, and they were tested. She was okay. His swimmers were low. And I said, where do you keep your phone? And he kept it in his front pocket.
Of course.
I said, do me a favor. Do not keep the phone on your body. Keep it away from you at all times. If you happen to need to carry it for any reason temporarily, put it in your back pocket, not your front pocket. Within 9 months to a year, she was pregnant.
Isn't that great? And just, again, as we get to the end here.
He was literally, guys, cooking the boys.
Yeah, cooking. And girls cooking the girls. It's proximity. But, we just don't think of it because we don't see it. But it is happening. And I don't know about you, but I have trouble going out in public because I see people giving their kids phones. I see people just put their phone down, and their dog might be laying down with its head right near the phone, or they're eating food and they put the damn phone on the table next to their food. And it's like, oh my gosh, someday someone's going to make a spray
where we can just spray the air and people will see the colors and the moving around. And that's again why your meters are helpful, because you watch
the apps meter. That you do that. There are apps
really?
that you see the waves. Yeah, it's kind of
okay.
Kind of freaky.
Yeah, because seeing is believing. You're like, wow, you can't deny that.
And for married couples out there, if libido is a thing, you notice. One of the interesting side effects of reducing non-native EMF and creating an EMF mitigated sleep sanctuary is an increase in libido. You're welcome.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Anthony Smith. I love ending with a mojo enhancing tip. We all need more mojo, Anthony. That's fabulous.
I'll say it one last time. I'm just so grateful for you and your products, and for Dan and for Dr. Jack Cruz for just bringing you to the table, and for your generosity and giving my audience the coupon to save some money, Amy10, that's AMY10. You can use that code whether you access my website, eStore, amyfournier.com, recommended products, or you go to Anthony's website directly, which I'm going to have you give people because I know there's 2. You can use that code Amy10 at checkout on any of these websites, and that code will work. So where do people go?
Yeah, the website is live, LIVE, EMFSafe, liveemfsafe.com. And look around. There's videos, lots of material, lots of information. There's a measure page that talks about the measuring equipment and how to do it.
Yeah.
There's an install page that shows electricians how to install it. When you go to the store, when you click on whatever you want, there's several places there where you can put in a coupon code. You just enter Amy10 and it'll automatically give you a 10% discount. It's free shipping on all of our stuff. So
it's just good quality stuff. I just am so grateful and impressed. Thank you so much. What's next for you?
Well, we're just doing what we do, manufacturing EMF-safe switches, and I spend a lot of my time counseling and consulting with people,
Excellent.
helping them,
Teaching. Yeah.
you know, doing what we're doing right now. Actually,
good.
this is a very common conversation that I will have multiple times a day,
God bless
a
you.
week. Do charge for consulting. We do a free consult. We support our materials. If somebody says, well, hey, I just got a body voltage kit from you, how does it work? I'll give you people 5 or 10 minutes, but if you want me to walk through the house with you 30 minutes or an hour, I'll do the walkthrough on FaceTime.
I didn't know you could do that remotely. You can do that remotely.
Yeah, I could. So I can help you if you don't want to call. You can get a building biologist or EMF consultant come out to your house. Many people have that option to call somebody locally. It's $500 to $1,000 for them to come out for half a day to a day, depends on how big your house are. Or buy the meters yourself to have them to hold from that day forward and enjoy and help not only yourself but friends and family. And then half an hour, maybe more consulting. I can do the walkthrough with you and help you understand and interpret the data, and then come up with a mitigation plan that's going to be best for you.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take that next step too. I just amazing. Anthony, wow. Okay, so that's Live EMF Safe. Again, it's on my website, amyfournier.com, under Shop Recommended Products. The code is Amy10. Anthony, final thoughts as we close out today. Any final thoughts to make you feel complete that you want the audience to know?
Yeah, I think it's very important for us all to be aware of our environment, not just EMFs, but, be conscious, be aware of the food that you're eating, the environment they're in, maybe some of the toxic people around you. All of these things. If we become conscious, we can regain control. We can make informed decisions because we have the information that empowers us to do that. And it's not difficult once you wake up and you're aware of these things to take back control of your life, which can only be of benefit to your health. So not only do you live longer, but those years that you're living longer, you're healthy to enjoy them, your family, your friends, your children, your grandchildren, and help your children and grandchildren so that not only you're alive to enjoy and see them growing up and attending their weddings and things like that. But there's a reason why diseases that were very, very rare and then only in old people not that many years ago are now common, not in 70-year-olds, but in 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds.
Teenagers.
And EMF is one of the reasons, not saying it's the only reason, but it's definitely one of the reasons, contributing factors, and for some it's the cause. How many people have had brain tumors?
Yeah, he's got his phone against his head. Yeah, I mean, it's just deregulating your body.
And again, all these things add up, and every little thing, all those little things add up to be a big thing and make a dramatic difference. So do yourself a favor, do your friends, your family a favor, become aware of EMF, measure, make informed decisions, and be part of the solution.
Amen. Thanks for being here, everybody. Go ahead and check it out. Spread the word. And hey, let's get healthy and fit together. Anthony Smith, EMFSafe. Thanks again for being on Awakening Aphrodite.
Thank you.